Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to a program on target. As usual, as soon as we start this program, you can pick up your telephone and give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything. Politics, religion, socioeconomic issues. And there are a lot of issues in the world today. Cannot forget the war that's going on between Russia and Ukraine. A lot of people get fatigued. Even the war that is over 150-something days now between Israel and Hamas. A number of countries is asking for ceasefire. And rightly so. But would Hamas agree on a ceasefire? You see, Israel is a nation, member of the United Nations, so they can put pressure on Israel to have a ceasefire. But the track record will show that Hamas doesn't obey anybody. So if Israel stopped firing, there is nothing to say that Hamas would discontinue the terrorist action. In addition to that, I don't hear people asking Hamas to hand over the people abducted, kidnapped. So you have these challenges, and Venezuela and Guyana must never come out of our mind. The Caribbean don't like to look at Haiti. The Caribbean is like two bouquets of flowers, you know. We don't want to watch Haiti at all. But the issues in Haiti is real. It's troubling. It's tearing us in our face. And we seem not able to address it. And then in Grenada here, we have Deacon Mitchell. Another challenge that nobody expected. Nobody in Grenada expected Deacon Mitchell to end up the way he is. Deacon Mitchell seems to be running away from the press. He seems to be hiding. He absconded. He came from a Caribbean heads of government in Guyana, and most of the countries in the Caribbean, most of the leaders who come from the Caribbean heads of government meeting decided to have a little chit-chat with the people, update them, give them information, instead of Deacon abscond. He's not saying nothing. And sometimes I'm sorry for Deacon, the militant supporters of the NDC. Because now they are trying to justify Deacon's silence. And sometimes I say to them, you ought not to have different rules for different political parties. The previous government had press conference regularly. They interface with the press periodically and regularly. And we were asking for more. And now it seems that you are comfortable and happy with Deacon hiding. I think they're more embarrassed. The Commissioner of Police should ask the Prime Minister to move him from the position. I understand. If he have a contract, he expects to get paid. But it's better you pay him for the year and release him. If you don't have confidence in the Commissioner of Police, move him. It has happened before under the National Democratic Congress. The Cabinet Sec. Yes, caller, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
It seems as though NNP something bomb triangle.
What they do?
I say it seems as though NNP something bomb triangle.
I don't know. I didn't get that information.
Yes, I was telling you that.
Why you say
you
that?
don't know.
Okay, thank you. Well, the issue is not NNP. NNP in the opposition. NNP is not running the country. NNP is not taking decisions. Who is running the country is Deacon Mitchell. It is Deacon Mitchell that went and embraced an illegal substance and took pictures with an illegal substance. And I'm absolutely certain that that had some bearing on the murder case in the alleged murder case in River Valley. You see, I see some comparability. After Deacon embraced an illegal substance in the country, individuals believe that if you take the illegal substance, you must get it back. It has happened during the 1979-1983 coup d'etat. Maurice Bishop came to the Comforter and he said you could plant weed. About 9 people asked Maurice Bishop question. He said, yes, you could plant weed. He said, don't cut down your cocoa and nutmeg, but you could plant weed. You see, Maurice Bishop used to smoke weed with the individuals. And he used to tell them he go legalize it. So when he came to a public meeting in the Holy Comforter, and he said you could plant weed, the people in the community took it as fait accompli. An individual start planting weed all about the place. And that is when my brother Fargo went to the police station and tell them they take his weed. And the police went with him, collect the weed that remained at his home, brought him in front of the magistrate, and he got 2 years in prison. Deacon Mitchell seems to be replaying the same scenario. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, my brother.
Last week I called and I said, grab the Prime Minister on the airport.
You can't do that.
Hold on a minute. Richard and Clifford jumping about you can't do it. No, you said it too.
Yeah, we can't. We can't encourage this thing.
We need information.
Yeah, but we
that's
can't.
The only how. No, we have to hold him and get the information.
But when you say grab, you didn't mean literally. Maybe you mean that the journalist should be there on the airport waiting for him.
Grab him.
Well, we can't grab him. You can't grab the Prime Minister. You can't do that.
You could do it, man. Don't tell
No,
me you can't.
no, caller.
No, don't tell me.
Remember.
You see,
remember.
that's not the right way to get it.
Well, yes, but if we say that journalists should go on the airport and try to get an interview with the Prime Minister there, you know, if we use grab in that sense of the word, but you can't use grab physically.
Okay, well, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But and another thing, I heard in the news just a while ago that Lennox Andrew, he said he's there to what? To help
agriculture.
Agriculture.
He like food crops.
Yes, and here London, New York, and Toronto, you know. That I live and help no London, New York, and Toronto.
Well, he say we must have excesses to help the people for the diaspora.
Right, and so why he there to help them, and why you running in GDB and take loan for?
Well, he take loan in GDB too?
Yes.
No, I didn't hear his name called.
Yes, man, that is the news. That is the latest one.
That is the latest one? Well,
yes.
you know I don't bother much with breaking news. I like the news kushume. I want to make sure the news well settled.
Well, you take the salt. You take good salt.
Before I address it, yeah. So I doesn't follow breaking news.
Okay.
Yes, caller, thank you.
All right.
So after Maurice Bishop did that, individuals start to plant weed all about in every business and shop. People were smoking weed because they believe it was legal. So Deacon Mitchell is doing the same thing. He went and embraced what seems to be an illegal substance. The police was there. He took pictures with it. And he gave some unsuspecting people in the country the impression that that illegal substance become legal. It's like the government legalized illegality. So these individuals believe that weed is not illegal anymore. And look at the result. That's why I say if the Prime Minister don't know Some of the people are wrong. He must advise him. Let him know you should not have done that. And he should make a statement stating, although you see me with a picture with that illegal substance, that does not mean you have an authority to use that substance publicly. Otherwise, what the Prime Minister doing is unfair. He is misleading the unsuspecting. He is leading them to wrong. The Prime Minister is indirectly contributing to the violence in this country by his very actions. In the same way, I believe Maurice Bishop contributed to a number of people who went to jail for weed. Fargo, the man with the Red Rover, and others. In the same way, he is contributing to some of the violence we see in the North recently. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller, welcome.
The Prime Minister is trying to play with the youth's head. That is what the Prime Minister is trying to do. You realize that is going by the marijuana tree, and it's the youths that are after that. So he's trying to fool the youths again, just as how he fooled them already with the Imani and prominent. So is that what he's trying to do? That is what this man trying to do. Everybody know that man is a fake. The Prime Minister is a big fake. And that man, I don't know how to call that man. That man is fake. And we have to realize that this man is a very fake man. Thank you, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, but it is not fair to some of the younger people. They may not be thinking as rational as others, particularly when they're smoking 9 weed a day. There's a lot of weed for anybody's brain. And when they practically see somebody show them on social media, the Prime Minister engage with an illegal substance. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good day.
Yes, my brother.
Call.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. Well, I say the Prime Minister, I want to know, the question is, who is that man and what is his mission? The guy, know, traveling, now he doesn't say traveling, he's visiting Grenada once in a while. I can't say what he's traveling, he's visiting Grenada once in a while. And Andy, I think he put in as the man in control. So that kind of strange. You putting him. I want to know the question if Andy getting Prime Minister pay, because he does then sit more often than the PM. So the question asking if he does get Prime Minister pay, and concern the same marijuana, they don't arrest him. To be honest, he posted it and he didn't arrest. And I surprised to hear that going on in court still. The guy run away from Grenville up there. They say he came on a marijuana charge, a separate charge, marijuana charge. That was supposed to be, because the first thing you said the example by arresting the Prime Minister for possession of marijuana, because remember he hand on it, he hold it, so he possession of it. So before you take any apostle, I don't know what the Marshal will do about that, but the example is right there, and he has said the example. So take him up here.
Yes, the Prime Minister is flaunting the law with impunity. But while he is doing that, some of our young people going to end up in jail for weed. And it's not fair. We have to understand that there is the highest incident of HIV and AIDS outside of Africa is in the Caribbean. Youth unemployment is elevated, is especially elevated in some Caribbean countries, including Grenada. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierce, again.
Yeah.
Maurice Bishop with we. Anselm Cloudy. And now Deacon Mitchell. 3 attorney at law. 3 attorney at law.
One like weed so much, he say he want to partition the most northern parish. And he don't care if they end up with Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah? Me and him that drink the liquor together. Never can tell him about that. Let's forget that.
Yeah. They're really deceiving the younger people and they're leading them astray, and it's not fair.
That's the 3 most disrespectful group in this country.
Yeah.
The lawyers, the police officers, and the teachers, the 3 most disrespectful. I would never stop saying that. I sit with them and drink the liquor all the time. And when I confront them with it, they don't want it. But that's how I am. I'm going to tell them as it is. And we go drink the liquor.
Yeah,
I ain't smoking the weed. I never do that. No. All right then.
Yes, my brother. We need to point out that the Prime Minister of Grenada publicly, in the presence of the police, embraced a illegal substance. And as a result of that, there are heightened public activity with young people and drugs. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good day, sir.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
I wanted to open back, but my WhatsApp give me some trouble.
Well, that is how it does be.
What I want to say to Grenadians, I preached to Grenadians in the last election that was in June 2022. I preached to them on nearly all political platforms. I told them, I said, you don't have to like Kit Mitchell, you don't have to like NNP, but if you love Grenada, if you love your children and grandchildren, you have no other choice but to leave a government. You have a good thing going on, let it continue. Some people take it as a joke. I said, otherwise you're going to starve. Now we want a young man, Today, some of the same people come to me and say, we want to talk about shame. The young man let us down. The same people, I know their faces. They come to, I want to talk, but the gentleman let us down. He did not prepare for the job. He's surprised he gets himself there because who tell the best lies win. He told the best lies and he was successful and he surprised you himself. A lot of people don't realize that. I want to ask anybody. And I also saying to Grenadians, again, it is who have eyes to see, let them see. The Prime Minister failed us, miserable. Personally, he showed that he don't care. He don't care about us, about Grenadians. And who can see? Well, they have to be blind. The Prime Minister don't care about nobody. Because now we prove it. So who wants to defend it, he prove it. And nobody cannot defend that attack. But some activists saying, oh, they're not in business. Because they want to make, there is no comparison with the past government and this government. There is no comparison. He is there now, as I said it the last time and I say it again, let us see what he is going to do under your reign. You, what is there? You. Don't go back to Dr. Mitchell, he's not there. He was there. And you take him out. Let us see who you put going to do. And we expect them to do better. But I find them making comparison. They're going back, oh, when Mitchell was there, he had killing. Oh, when killing cannot stop. We don't say he will stop. We don't say he's responsible. But it's how he handled it. No good word of advice to the nation. No hope. So nobody should say Grenadians don't be in fear. Should let the Grenadian people know not to be in fear. We have things under control. That's why I'm saying, and I'm saying it again, and I will continue to say it. He don't care.
Yeah.
About Grenadians. Thank you.
Well, I don't think he care. And the next question is who sent him, because obviously Deacon Mitchell doesn't seem to be showing interest in the development of this country in practically all areas, and it makes you wonder who sent him. If you are the Prime Minister of a country and you went and embraced publicly an illegal substance, and a number of young people are getting involved in crime. And you speak to them, They believe weed is legal. Weed is not legal. Yes, caller, welcome.
After Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller.
Mr. Pierre, you remember during the peak of the COVID, when the government at the time, I mean, the World Health Organization was saying to people to be careful how you move about because the COVID is out there and the damage you could do if people would just go and socialize and then go back home to their relative. And what the NDC was saying to people, go out and socialize. Go out and socialize, encouraging the young people to disrespect and to disobey the law. Not the law, disobey the orders of the World Health Organization. Mr. Pierre, when you encourage young people to do that, you're forgetting that some days will come, you may be in charge, and you want to ask the people to obey. But what you encourage the young people to do to others, some days will come, it will come back to haunt you. So you have to be very careful what you encourage young people to do. You should encourage them to obey instruction and to respect the seniors, to respect one another. But when you encourage them to disrespect authorities, you're going to get it back in return. I remember in 2004, Hurricane Ivan, when Grenada, 90% of Grenada economy was destroyed. And I remember some of the people saying Grenada will take about 20 years to build back. And within 3 to 4 years, Grenada will build back better. Because why? You have a government that knows to solve problems. A government that have experienced leader, experienced men and women that was working in unity. And Grenada built back within 3 or 4 years, Grenada was restored back to where it was, or even better where it was before Ivan. You had the COVID situation again. The way the government had to handle the COVID situation, Grenada become an example for other countries to follow. How the government had to handle the situation. We have MLA again. We have Lenny, and the government handled the situation. The Prime Minister did not run away. He started as a man, as a true leader, right? And with his team, and to try and to solve the problem. Try to solve the problem. Whenever the ministers or the Prime Minister travel, when they come back, they have a press conference highlighting the Grenada people of what they get back in return for the country. Right now, information is on a need to know. Ministers traveling, Prime Minister traveling, and you don't know what they come back with. I know if when they travel, if they travel on their own, so whatever they come back with is their personal business. But when you are ministers, you have when I travel in the personal business. That's the business of the people going to compete matter, and you're supposed to report.
Yeah.
Mr. Pierre, when you look again at the situation again with the young people, we have to elders have to set example. And for you to be successful and for you to go forward, we must have to educate them with the truth. We must have to educate them with the truth because you said the truth, and the truth is always said free. And when you speak the truth, today, like 10 years ago, I will come and say the same thing. But what you find that happened during the election, the government presently, they lie for the young people. They lie for them and give them information, things that is not true. And see, NMP, they will do nothing for a time. And even the Prime Minister said that. From 1983 up to at the present time, when he said that, nothing go on in the country. If nothing go on in the country, but all that they continue to do, it happened under the previous government.
Yeah.
Nothing they do, no new project they come up with is benefit and progress that took place under the NNP. And some of what took place under the NNP with the money program, other programs, they try to get rid of that.
Yeah.
So Mr. P, have a break.
Yes, scholar, it's important and we have to be concerned. Crime and violence is on the rise. substance abuse and drug dealings. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know it on the rise. You live in the community. You see the conflicts between communities. A number of Grenadian males have left some villages and gone to other villages to live. Some gone to America, England, Trinidad, because of village violence. Now these things are real. Youth unemployment is extremely high in the Caribbean, including Grenada. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Pierre.
Yes, scholar, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Tell your last scholar, stop. I never see what you see.
Caller, you see the same thing. You express your view and your opinion. Because the last scholar is correct. I agree with him.
The Prime Minister never said that.
Caller, the Prime Minister took pictures with weed. This is wrong. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that.
You can agree. The Prime Minister should not do that. Weed is illegal.
The government passed laws in this country.
Then what the government?
Within this country.
What the Prime Minister?
They started the legalization process.
No, that is not true, caller.
So what?
They didn't start legal. They presented a bill in Parliament. The National Democratic Congress say we will legalize the weed. Caller, don't change the topic on me, man. Watch me.
They never once condemned the act. They are not supporting it.
Caller, you have to do better than that, you know. We have youth violence is not a joke, you know. And I do make fun with youth violence. Youth unemployment is especially high in the Caribbean, including Grenada. There are more crime and violence. We have an individual from River Sally that lost his life. And they are claiming it is associated with drugs, weed. We have another young gentleman from St. Andrews that lost his hand. There is increase in crime and violence, increase in substance abuse and drug dealing. The Prime Minister of Grenada, the Prime Minister is not Ron, you know. The Prime Minister is not Tevin Andrew. The Prime Minister is not Andy. The Prime Minister is a lawyer. He knows better. So what the Prime Minister did was wrong. And don't support this thing. This thing is wrong. And it is contributing to young people believe that if the Prime Minister could take a picture with weed, they believe he legalized. So somebody take the weed and they go into the people for the weed. It's the same thing that happened between 1979 and 1983. They believe Maurice Bishop was speaking the truth. They take his word as gospel. When he told them they could plant weed, they consider it as fait accompli. One gentleman went to the police and said, "Man, take it weed." The police asked him to go and behave himself. He said, "Bishop say." They said, "Don't bother with Bishop and this stupidness." He called the police counter-revolutionaries. So the police take him, go and pick up the weed that he had at his home, bring him in front of the magistrate. The magistrate give him 2 years in jail. Now how that could be right? Now Deacon Mitchell took a picture with weed in front of the police. What is more convincing than that to the unsuspecting mind? Now you have to understand that youth crime and violence is on the increase. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, based on what I just heard a little while there from the news, from the Minister of Agriculture, make me feel real over glad, man.
Caller, you there in this country long, you know.
Well,
have you seen any evidence since this government come in power that they're doing anything for agriculture?
Well, that's why I'm saying that's why I feel glad now. If it appears that in the next 2 years we won't have place to plant nothing in Grenada.
Caller, the NDC have the worst track record in Grenada with agriculture.
Well, that look like it's changing from this year.
Well, what they do with the Grand Bay Estate, if you genuinely decide to plant food crop, why fire the workers on Grand Bay Estate?
Well, they have to answer that.
If you like agriculture, why are you sabotaging the source of industry? You fire the individuals that involved in the Croton scale insect management.
The man say dashing Tanya, all these things, and them would be selling all in America. So I wanted to contact the boat already.
Where the mango they say they have to sell in Trinidad?
They don't ripe yet.
Caller, you know they don't even pay some of the workers that they fire from marketing board. Now, where we get this bunch of vultures?
When I hear the gentleman say that, and he elaborate on it, I say, oh, well, next year things good in Grenada. Nobody, you will not place my cow again.
The individual just like some drama. Read a book and then he come and dramatize a section.
There will be no place to plant for cow and so again because all the places will be cultivated.
The NDC have the worst track record in Grenada where agriculture is concerned.
I don't know, but I think that man seems to something wrong with him. Because the man sure, I want to be, he must estimate how much pounds already each farmer will be able to produce.
Then why fire the workers on Grand Bay Estate?
Fire them to bring back only NDC.
Well, I said, well, even if they don't have enough NDC, bring some Haitian now. If you don't want the NNP that day, 31 workers was fired, you know. 19 of them say they support NDC. But if you don't want them, then you don't have to let the estate collapse. Bring in some Haitian.
I want to know from him when he going on. I want to know from him what month we starting to plant and where we starting to plant first. If it's the same government estate or if they're giving private farmers the plants first. And I want to know where the market is. So don't tell us plant and we don't have the market. Tell us where the market is. When we were planting bananas, we know where the market was.
You don't hear the man talk about truck to pick mango and guava? Color, you ever hear any dotish thing in your whole life? You ever hear any extension officer, any minister say this dotish thing in them?
Well, that means we had to widen all the roads and we had to cut out a row of banana, a road of cocoa, a road of everything so that the trucks could go inside.
And Greentel go lend you the truck?
Yeah. We go buy like what Greentel have, man. We go buy by that time. Because the man say money is not the problem. They don't have no money problem.
Well, they don't have problem for money. They spend 22.5 million.
Three ministers tell us that, you know, that they don't have
no they don't have a money problem.
Yeah? The Attorney General last tell us that, you know.
No, the NDC don't have a money problem.
No.
The issue is what they do with the money. You notice that government was not supposed to give out a contract for more than $15,000 without bidding process.
Yeah.
Now this government is giving out contracts for thousands of dollars and the government is openly flaunting the law.
So we're good. We're good for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be in it.
But we have to hope.
Yeah.
We might end up in Maki.
Okay.
Yeah. The government is openly flaunting the law. This is the worst government I've seen post-67 for telling lies and even dramatizing the lies. The government don't have an agriculture plan. So they react and they say something in their mouth. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good day.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
How you doing?
Great, man.
Well, somebody like you, Mr. Pierre, you should try to condemn the weed and to criticize the weed. Because the weed smoking right in your presence, right in your face, right around you. Have a good day.
Culture don't go, man. Culture. You see, culture, that's the challenge we have, you know. Sometimes I'm sorry for people like culture. Because the National Democratic Congress is behaving so badly. Yes, scholar, welcome.
Mr. Pierre,
Yes, my brother.
you listen to Calista report?
No, caller, I didn't hear a report. I don't get involved in too much breaking news, you know.
But there is no breaking news that was there for the past 3 days.
Yeah, no, it's normally what Kalisha said.
She said that this is what happened there is a matter of direction and duty. In other words, they're paying the policeman and them to work to keep the peace of this country. And when the policeman and them they're paying sick leave, they're taking sick leave, they don't have kind of thing. Can you imagine, Mr. Pierre? It is
That is what Kalisha said.
that is 40 policemen assigned to this police station.
That is what Kalisha said.
She said that is 40 policemen was assigned to this police station.
Well, the police should have involved Kalisha in the press conference. You don't find so?
Well, it was a policeman.
You don't find they should bring her in the press conference.
To suspend policeman. You can have 40 policemen getting one police station. So, assigned to one police.
Kalish, you believe Kalisha? Caller. You believe what Kalisha said?
Yeah, I believe.
You believe what she said? All right.
40 policemen assigned to the police station. And 3 of them were out at the police station. And one of them
But how do you react to what the commissioner of police said? When he said he above the pay grade.
When he said above the pay grade, meaning he don't know so he can't come with that. Then I mean, you don't know what going to direct.
You agree with that, caller?
Yes.
You agree with that?
Exactly what going to say.
He above the pay grade. All right, caller. Thank you. Yes, caller, thank you. The commissioner of police sent out an alarm. What the decent thing for the commissioner to do? Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller.
You just have this man on this program handbugging other people to make the call.
Yes.
I don't know, because what he does be saying this is just nonsense. Just nonsense. He must be getting some, they might buy him too.
No, I don't think they buy him. I don't think they buy him at all. I just think he's expressing his views and he have a right to do that.
What is stupidness he does get on with there? He does annoy me. And you just have him long on your program.
All right.
Anyway, Mr. Pierre.
Thank you.
What I have to say about the Minister of Agriculture, what I said, he's confused of the position they have him in. So anything what's coming him out, he will say. So I think he might make plans the things on them with his disrespect whenever in some way with the tie behind his neck and walking in a crowd, in a church with his 2 hands in his pocket, as though he is, I don't know how to call it. When he learn to have respect for his position, then I think everything going to be all right. Have a blessing.
Yes, caller, thank you. We have to have a lot of tolerance in this country now. We have to be tolerant to one another. And we say about respect, but we have to respect with one another. There is no, if they don't have any formal dress code, one just have to dress respectfully. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, get caught up. Yeah, Mr. Pierre, why you say you sorry for me for? Don't sorry for me, sorry for yourself.
All right, thank you, caller.
try for yourself. Because all the lies and all the lies, don't try for me. I'm happy.
Thank you, caller. Jesus Christ, the women of Jerusalem was mourning. Christ tell them, mourn for yourself and your children. So my people in this country are saying no. We have to be concerned about the young people in the community. We have the highest incidence of HIV and AIDS in the Caribbean outside Africa. We must not forget that. We have youth unemployment is high in the Caribbean, including Grenada. We have an upsurge of crime and violence in Grenada. Substance abuse and drug dealing. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes. Yeah. After Hurricane Ivan, we got some assistance from Barbados. Our man bringing 285 generators in Grenada to distribute to the schools and the medical stations and so on around the island. That was stored in Monjalu in the warehouse. There is a guy in Sotes that at the time running a radio station up there. He and the former Minister of Finance and our other guy, they came up there and they take 3 of the generators.
You was working in Monjalu, caller? Caller, you was working in Monjalu? You see how the National Democratic Congress is the most disrespectful party in our country. The most disrespectful group. The group that perhaps sit down in a lab and plan propaganda and lie against people. Now we decide to tie the truth on you. You're trying to use escape route. When you want to say these things, you must have some level of credibility and truth in it. While we're doing all that, we have to be conscious of the fact that youth unemployment is especially high in Grenada. Over 3,000 persons lost their job with this government coming in power. The amount of part-time jobs that was provided in the past through debushing does not exist no more. Government get rid of some of marketing board workers. Government get rid of 31 workers from Grand Bay Estate and several from the pest management unit. Yes,
Hello.
caller, welcome.
Hi.
Go ahead, caller.
I don't believe you when you said they fired the workers of the spray team. Simply because government source some insects to control that same cotton skill. And I want to ask you, if you have a biological control in the field, is it right to apply a pesticide? Get your facts straight. The workers that were spraying were never fired. They are still in Maribo every morning, collecting diesel, collecting the chemicals, and going to the field. I listen to you very, and I can tell you not speaking on truth.
Caller, stop.
You
Caller,
caller, administration, and
you see in the videos.
He was at Montul Estate. I know you very well. Remember your salary is up to $5,000 on a Tillman? I know you very well. You are lying. You're not speaking the truth. I want you to find the facts. Because I listen to you and I don't believe everything you say. I go and find the facts. Find out, call, and see if the workers have been fired. Grand Bar is opened. Some of those workers are reinstated. You are not speaking the truth. I deal with facts, not opinion. Speak facts.
Yes, caller. So, caller, I'm glad at least somebody respond to me where Grand Bay Estate is concerned. You know, the minister and the permanent secretary went to Grand Bay Estate. They complimented and applauded the individuals that was there. They told them this estate is identified for weed, and then they get rid of 31 workers and leave 4. Yes, caller, welcome. Come on, caller. Go right ahead. We lost that caller. The Maribor the individuals involved in the Croton scale management, the government fired all of them. And for months we have been on the radio making noise, accusing the government for sabotaging the source of industry. The government bring back 3 of them. So now they have 3 or 4 workers involved where they had about 10 before. Caller, if you want facts, go and get it. You know? And we constantly ask the Minister of Agriculture to explain the reason he did that. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. All right, this caller just testing us. And we have patience. We don't have any problem with that. You know? And we could take some punch. Because when you hear you speaking the truth, you don't have to worry. You could say the same thing repeatedly. Now the government have the worst track record. The NDC have the worst track record in Grenada where agriculture is concerned. From the time they come in power, tell me one initiative they have done for agriculture. They send home workers from MNIB. Some of them don't get the money yet. The workers in Montchula State, we had to come on this station and make noise for some of them to get a Christmas bonus. And the people remain very quiet, you know, because they're threatening them. They're afraid they fire them. We call on the people in the diaspora. We ask, who is the individual or individuals that is the third party that dictating our foreign affairs? Because we understand it could be diasporarians. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller, welcome.
You talk about agriculture. When Hurricane Ivan passed, NMP government, they don't plant and not much.
Caller, you're joking on. When Ivan passed, almost 80% of the nutmeg was destroyed in the country. The housing stock was down. People was shocked. And later on, people couldn't believe the speed at which we recover. So that is a known issue. Remember, it was the National Democratic Congress that cut down the Banda nutmeg that came here in 1883. They cut down the nutmeg in Belvedere. And they took millions of dollars in loan to buy chainsaw. Voila. You want to take me and you have to understand that. It was the NDC that cut down the Belvedere nutmeg. No justification for that. Up to today, no member of the NDC can tell you why they did that. And then they dig up River and Twine to plant organic banana. They claim for Salisbury that they have the worst track record where agriculture is concerned. And even today, you send home the MNIB workers. You fire the workers on Grand Bay Estate. The majority of workers on Grand Bay Estate. I said it was 31 originally. 19 of them tell me, when I did investigation, they support NDC. But NDC perhaps expect all of them to be NNP. And I beg the government, the Minister of Agriculture, the one who called the people lunatics and idiots, I beg him. How could you do that? Give us some explanation. In tourism now, and the mouth still locked down. Almost all the NDC ministers, they have padlock on their mouth, including the Prime Minister. Now we had a very high standard before with the previous government in terms of the interaction with the public and providing information to the media and to the public. You can't turn back the hand of the clock. You must not reverse. Culture man, call me back. Tell me if they're cutting down the price of nutmeg. I know you know. You must know. You know. So call me and tell me what is the situation. Is nutmeg dropping the price? Is secretly doing things? The government doing things. How could we develop a country like that? We can't do that. Culture, we can't do that. You have been on the radio with great regularity. And I'm sorry for you. It's sad. No, you can't defend the NDC action. Nobody could defend them. So you don't need to get upset or angry because you cannot defend them. When you ask them questions, they hide in. That is simple issue. The Prime Minister come out in Ghana in Caribbean heads of government meeting. They spoke about violence in the Caribbean. You have an upsurge in violence in your country. You have to speak about it. You hide in. The police commissioner said, this thing is not in his pay grade. What we're hearing on the ground is the Prime Minister ain't dealing with the Commissioner of Police. The Commissioner of Police should ask the Prime Minister to release me. Please release me. Let me go. In a previous NDC government, the Cabinet Secretary told the Prime Minister, if you don't have confidence in me, release me. Let me go, release me. So the Commissioner of Police should go tell the Prime Minister, release me. I understand that if he just go, he might be breaking his contract. And it could have monetary consequences. So when he said, this is above his pay grade, was a cry for help. So he need to be a man and tell the Prime Minister, release me, Mr. Prime Minister. Please release me. So he have to get the pay because it will be the government that break the contract. And let him go. The Prime Minister seems to have a track record because it is alleged that the previous Commissioner of Police, the Prime Minister didn't used to talk to him too. So these individuals are under immense pressure and they don't know how to deal with it. It might be interesting to ask why the first press conference that the police intended to have was cancelled. Who canceled the press conference? You see all these things there. If you don't answer question, the question's going to pile up. The question's not going away. You're going to pile up. Culture, you have chance. Call us. Tell us if they're going to drop nutmeg price. I heard a number of farmers seems to be worried. They say there is a plan afoot to drop the price of nutmeg. And you all have the habit of not providing information readily. So since all these parties and people associated with the NDC seems to be going by the same policy, information is based upon need to know. But culture, you know. So share it with us. You know, tell us whether or not nutmeg price, they intend to drop nutmeg price. We have to be concerned. We have an increase in substance abuse and drug dealing. We have an increase in crime and violence. Youth unemployment is high. There is a high unemployment among our males. Too much of our males are getting entangled with the law. So it is important that we become concerned. The fact that the Prime Minister of Grenada is publicly associating with illegal drugs publicly in front of the police, it sends a dangerous signal to the unsuspecting young people that they too could flaunt the use of drugs in front of the police. It seems that crime in Riverside, they have mirrored the public display of the Prime Minister with illegal drugs to demand the illegal drug substance. Some people will call it copycat. You see, people take example from the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the chief shepherd. When he go in Parliament and he makes certain outrageous, despicable, and divisive statements, then his supporters continue to make it on the radio and social media. We cannot fracture this country unnecessarily. It's going to have serious repercussion. You're living in communities and you see the level of aggressiveness of our young people, particularly the men. You see that they are not competitive on the job market. They're not getting jobs. Unemployment is high. Government is making no special effort to create jobs for them. Those who dare create stalls on the road to sell things, government mashing it up. This government is very insensitive and hostile to people in the lower income group. Culture and the other callers, be mindful. When you're in a community, you don't want increasing violence in your community. Because you have to speak to the young people. You have to discourage them from the aggressive manner. One of them lost their hand in the community. And make certain this one affect your culture. You must know the gentleman who lost his hand. So we have to do more. We call on the Minister of Youth to come up with programs to address some of the challenges facing our young people in the community. The challenge of high unemployment, the challenge of crime and violence, substance abuse, and objectionable language. And we're back with you again tomorrow between 12 and 1 for another opportunity with On Target. Thank you very much.